Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Reviews from the Clubhouse. As always, brought to you by Clubhouse Films. We're your hosts, Chance McDuffie and Logan Solana. I figured I'd say your name for you today.
Hey,
because...
you bitch. What did we just talk about?
Excuse me. Sorry. Logan's not here today. I am joined by the one and only Academy Award-winning actress, Jennifer Lawrence.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you for volunteering to be on our show. All right. Well, J-Law, as the kids like to call her, she had to leave. So Logan's back. Logan.
Hello. I'm here.
How you doing?
Good. Tired.
Why were you late for the show?
Why do you think? I was at my sister's. Taking care of those damn kids. Just kidding. I love those kids.
Children.
I love them. They are great, but man, they just wear me out.
Can you hear me sipping my coffee?
I don't know. Do it again.
Hang on. Wait. Let me cleanse the
Ooh,
palate.
I can hear that. Smack him of the lips. Ooh, yeah. I can hear that.
I'm not actually wearing headphones, so I can't hear what we sound like.
We sound terrible.
Oh, well, fantastic.
Yeah, we sound
Step
good.
one.
We sound good. Step one complete.
So yeah, it's another week. What episode is this? Episode 10?
Episode 10. This is our 10th episode.
That's crazy. 10 episodes in a year.
Oh, man.
But hey, I mean, we're here. So we're it's like a really dreary Monday. What's today? The 20th?
It's Wednesday, by the way.
Wednesday the 20th, guys.
A dreary Monday on a Wednesday.
Yeah. Mondays, am I right? So yeah, we're back. Let me look at my notes here, make sure I plug everything. So yeah, make sure you guys check out our social media, Reviews from the Clubhouse. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That's pretty much it.
Patreon.
Check
out our Patreon page.
Yeah, we got some. We're gonna try to record some stuff today for you guys.
Yeah, some special stuff.
Hopefully, people actually give a shit.
Oh my God, no one will, and that's great. I can't wait.
We should set everything at $2. Like you get everything at $2. I mean, cause hey, come on, $2 a month.
I'll take it.
Who wouldn't sign up for that
50
for
cents.
shit you don't even?
I'll take
if
penny,
you have a
whatever
$10 gym membership and you go to the gym,
Which no one does, but
well, yeah, no one's going now. But
I just mean
never
in general,
or sometimes. I mean, $10 compared to $2. All I'm saying is help a brother out. So yeah, check out our Patreon. All the money will help. We just got some new arms for our microphones. They're pretty nice, pretty fancy. They were very expensive. Isn't that right, Logan?
$6,000. Nah,
where did we get that money from?
We have our sources.
If this is the IRS, it was all completely legal.
Yes, it was completely legal.
Now that I've seen Ozark, I'm always like, I'm paranoid now. Like
paranoid.
if someone gives me money and like they give me a check or something like that, or money for like a birthday, and they give me like an absurd amount of money, and I deposit it into my account, I feel like the IRS is gonna knock on my door like the following Monday.
Oh, and they will.
Well, no, I'm not gonna say that.
Fuck the IRS.
Fuck the police. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I got some news, unless you got some other stuff you want to roll into.
I've got nothing. Let's hear the news.
Hang on. It happened too fast. I gotta pull up my notes here.
I've got so much stuff. Oh, are you ready? Oh,
yeah, I'm
ready.
fast. This is the first bit of news. So it looks like The Batman and The Witcher are allowed to resume filming in the UK.
Yay.
So that's pretty cool.
It's the Batman.
You actually got me into Witcher because I remember.
You started watching now?
Oh yeah, I watched the whole thing. I binged the shit out of that. It's pretty good. You know what I mean? I like my swords and shields, and I mean Game of Thrones is my favorite television series, despite the final 2 seasons. But still love it. Yeah, I thought The Witcher was really great. I love Henry Cavill. That whole world. I don't know. I feel like it wasn't like season 1 wasn't like the best thing. It felt like they were still like finding their legs. But I mean that's any series, especially something like this where it's a period piece and it's so stylized. I mean, it starts and he's fighting a giant spider in a river.
That opening scene though.
Yeah, that was great.
It's fun.
I remember when the first episode dropped, you're like, dude, just watch the first 2 minutes. I'm like, what? So I watched it and I was like, you know what? Let me just throw this on the TV and watch all the episodes right here in one sitting.
Henry Cavill is like, he's like totally vested in this show. He's like such a huge nerd too, which is great.
Yeah, he's like a gamer.
Yeah,
and he loves like D&D and shit like that.
Yeah, because this is based off of they're based off of books, but they're more known. I would say they're probably more known as video games, which I really liked. I thought they were awesome. when I play video games. But yeah, it's great. I mean, it's a great game series. It's a great TV show, and I've even read a couple of the books. Pretty fun. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the guy's name who writes them because I believe he's like Polish, and I would just butcher it. But check them out. They're great books. They're worth a read. But yeah, that's awesome. That's cool to hear.
This also could be good news for Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange 2, Ant-Man 3, and Disney Plus's Moon Knight series.
Which I meant to ask you, what of the Disney Plus series have they finished filming? Any of them?
I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier had like a week or two left of production before everything got shut down.
So they're probably not going to come back this year, like they thought they would.
When you really think about it, how much shooting is like a week or 2 weeks? You know what I mean? That's probably a lot of pickup shots.
Probably, yeah.
Bullshit like that. That's supposed to drop. It was supposed to drop in like August of this year, but I doubt that.
Yeah.
WandaVision was almost done. That was supposed to drop at the end of this year.
I was really looking forward to that one. That one looks awesome.
Yeah, it's so freaky. And you know what's crazy? Like,
What's
everyone's
crazy,
like,
Chance?
everyone talks shit about the MCU, like, oh, people don't really die in the MCU, which is, I mean, it's
Fair.
Loki died like 3 times.
Yeah. Except this time.
But I mean, look at like Vision's actually dead. Heimdall is dead.
You know, I think
Who
they'll
else
find.
is
They
dead?
could probably find a way to bring Vision back. That
Does happen in the comics where he like dies. You remember how he was like a weird
white
gray color?
I know about
so that's
that.
like a whole thing. But
Yeah.
I like, from what I understand about WandaVision, is that this is all happening inside of her head.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really interesting to me. I like Paul Bettany.
Me too.
He was in an interview once. He was talking about he was talking to either his manager or his agent. He's just sitting at a park, and he gets a call from them, and they basically told him like his career's was done.
over.
Like
Yeah.
it's over. And then he just kind of sat there, and he was just in reflection, like, wow, I'm that shit. And then Marvel called him, and he was playing Jarvis.
Welcome back, baby.
It's crazy because the first Iron Man came out in 2008. And he was the voice of Jarvis, and when Joss Whedon signed on to do the first Avengers, he changed a couple things. Like Widow wasn't supposed to be in the movie. They were going to have Wasp and Ant-Man, like the more traditional Avengers. He's like, nah, we're not quite ready for shrinking bug people yet. And he swapped them out for Hawkeye and Black Widow. And one of his requirements was that Ultron had to be the villain in the sequel. And
so
I guess Paul Bettany knew
thing.
from 2008 that he was going to be Vision.
That's cool.
And that movie came out in 2015. So he knew that for a while, and he was just riding that Jarvis wave, recording all of his lines over the phone. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's the way to do it.
So yeah. So maybe Disney Plus. I think Disney Plus needs some new stuff though. Because
I can't remember the last time I logged on to watch anything on Disney Plus.
We bought the year the day The Mandalorian dropped. And
yikes.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I go back and periodically watch an MCU movie or two, but other than that, my wife, she loves all the like animated shit and all the Pixar shit.
Hey, I do too. Don't
get me wrong. I don't dislike
Amazing.
them. I'm just
Wall-E.
not as connected to them. As
Wow, I
most
think
people.
Wall-E is probably one of my favorites.
I think I've seen Wall-E once.
Oh man,
I haven't seen Coco
good.
yet.
I haven't seen that one either.
Apparently, it'll make
Finding
you cry.
Nemo, man, that's a good one.
I haven't seen Finding Dory.
You haven't seen Finding Dory? It's good.
I haven't seen a lot of shit.
It's
I've only seen the first Aladdin.
Oh yeah, I haven't even seen that.
There's like 3 of them. You
Yeah.
haven't seen Aladdin?
No, but I know
think we
about
talked
the,
about this
the
already.
sequel, like Jafar Returns or something like that.
Yeah, The Return of Jafar.
The Return of Jafar.
Jafar returns.
Return of Jafar. Return of the Jafar.
But I'm very excited for some new content to be, dropped on Disney Plus.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm gonna get me wrong, there's shit on there, but
The National Geographic stuff is cool.
I haven't even.
I love, stuff like that, nature documentaries and stuff.
It's crazy. I would complain about how I didn't have time for like television,
Now you got all the time in the world.
and yet I watch the same things over and over again. But yeah, so that's that bit of news. Next bit of news. So Tenet,
Yes.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan and Warner Brothers have been pushing hardcore to keep Tenet on its July release date. I think it was supposed to come out July, I think 17th. That might not be right.
I can't confirm or deny that.
I have it written down here, but
Can't find it?
no. I should probably turn my brightness up because I really can't see it.
Yeah, that thing is dim.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out the 17th. So, Warner Brothers and Christopher Nolan are really pushing for this movie to be like the first movie to come out post quarantine, and like this is going to be the movie to bring people back to cinemas and like save the cinematic experience. But it looks like this new Russell Crowe film, Unhinged, is sneaking in there. It's coming out July 1st. It's such a weird. Like I watched the trailer.
I still haven't checked that out yet.
It's pretty crazy. He's like this. He's this guy. He plays this guy, and he's lost someone. He's kind of going through it. Like that person that just has had like a really, really tough like 6 months, and then somebody just cuts them off in traffic, and then they just lose their fucking mind. That's pretty much the trailer. And he's like terrorizing this lady and her kid because she cut him off in traffic, and he's unhinged. Ooh.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Chance.
Yeah.
I get it now.
You should work in Hollywood. But I mean, it looks alright. I mean, don't get me wrong, it doesn't look like the greatest movie. Doesn't look like the greatest movie I've ever seen. But what I do like is that it kind of took that whole trope of like 50-something-year-old male actors that all of a sudden become like badasses. That started with like Liam Neeson and Taken. And then like everybody had like an action movie.
Even Sir Ian McKellen did it.
Yeah, but this kind of like flips it on his head. It's like he's a maniac and he's
unhinged. Once again,
torturing
he's unhinged.
People. Yeah, I like it.
That's crazy.
That should be the title of episode 10, almost at 9. Unhinged.
Unhinged.
From the Clubhouse.
Nah.
You don't like it?
No, we can.
I like it.
Okay.
But do you like Russell Crowe?
I knew you were going to ask me. I love him in Gladiator. I just think that's a really good movie. Like I love
Cinderella Man.
I haven't seen that. Can't even think I've ever heard of that.
It's a boxing movie that takes place in the Great Depression.
Oh, I do like boxing.
Who plays his wife in that?
Renee Zellweger? I don't know.
It's a good movie.
I didn't really care for him in Les Mis, but I didn't really care for that movie.
The Nice Guys.
Oh, I do like him in The Nice Guys.
He's great.
That's a super underrated movie.
Yeah, that's a very underrated movie.
Yeah, Shane Black did a great job with that.
If you guys like buddy cop movies.
And some witty dialogue and some really good chemistry on screen.
Ryan Gosling, Russell Crowe.
Yeah, what a pairing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's a fine actor, but I just can't necessarily say that I've seen him anything that I've been like, well, that's an amazing performance or anything like that. Like Hugh Jackman, I mean, he has like 10 movies where you can say, I mean, just for Prisoners alone. I mean,
yeah. That was one of the first times I've ever seen Hugh Jackman and didn't go, Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like his own.
I don't mean that he's always Wolverine, but like,
that's just the stigma he's attached with.
He played that character for 14 years. So.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I like Russell Crowe. I mean, he's Russell Crowe. It's like, he's one of the titans in the industry. I mean, we all know he's a great actor. So, but yeah, that movie looks interesting. Like I said, it doesn't look like the greatest movie I've ever seen, or the greatest. Well, it's a trailer, but it doesn't look like the greatest thing ever in the world. But I mean, I'm interested. I'd see it probably.
I'll probably see it,
especially now because I haven't sat. What was the last movie I saw in
theaters? I don't know. I can't even think of. Probably, honestly, for me, it was probably Aladdin.
For me, it was probably The Gentleman.
Oh, see, I didn't get to see that one.
Did I see that? Yeah, it had to have been The Gentleman. Because that came out in January. And I can't remember. Oh, I could just look at my... Well, I'm not going to do that. Let's just say it was The Gentleman, which is also a great movie by Guy Ritchie, who also did Aladdin.
So watch that. We'll review that.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
That's coming up.
It's been my favorite movie so far this year. I mean, that's not saying much. Because barely anything's come out this year.
You're telling me that you didn't love Trolls 2?
I haven't even seen the first one.
Oh, you son of a...
But you can bet your sweet ass I'd bump those Justin Timberlake tunes.
And he does. He does.
Like I said, bet your sweet ass. Yeah, Russell Crowe. He's a maniac. He's unhinged.
In this movie.
Moving on. Mandalorian news.
Yes.
I feel like every week there's some Mandalorian news. I spaced out the Star Wars news, so I'll surprise you with the second bit later. See if you'll see it coming.
Once again, I usually don't know what's going on with the news or what Chance is going to cover.
Neither do I.
So this is really my genuine reactions.
So, Mandalorian season 2, they got some new casting. I like how they're like periodically, like slowly releasing all this casting. Like, it's crazy that they were able to keep it a secret because, I mean, they wrapped filming in February.
That's nutso.
Yeah, it's May, and we still didn't know about any of this shit. Like, people are genuinely surprised. So, what's her name? Katie Sackhoff will play Bo-Katan in season 2 of The Mandalorian. The character of Bo-Katan was first introduced in the animated Star Wars: The Clone Wars series, the most recent one, not the 2D
the 2000, was it 2004? Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. She also voiced that character. That character is also in Star Wars Rebels, which is the most recent animated series on Disney.
I can't place that character. I can't think of.
She is a Mandalorian. She actually had the. Hang on, let me see if I can.
Oh, she has that black saber.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I know
she's coming back to play the live action version of her character. I think that's pretty cool because she voiced the character in both of the animated series that she popped up in, and now she's going to play the live action.
And how nuts was that to see that? Okay, spoilers for season 1 of The Mandalorian. But like, have you finished it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like he pulls out the black saber at the end.
What's his name? Giacchino Esposito. I love him.
Yeah, he's actor. Really good. I love him. He's got that
Breaking voice.
Bad.
My wife watches these weird like UFO documentaries on on Netflix, and I was walking through and I heard his voice. I was like, that's fucking what's his name? Grand Moff, whatever his name is, and the dude with the black lightsaber. She's like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, that guy's got a great voice. Anyway, so yeah, it's The Mandalorian, man. I don't know. I feel like every week, although we're getting like new casting announcements just about every week, they're all familiar characters so far. Not saying that they're not going to introduce some new characters and stuff like that, but I guess that would be what gets, word and buzz. It's like, oh, I love this person. Oh my God, they're going to be in the show.
His face.
So, I mean, it's Star Wars. Like, don't get me wrong. Once we do our Star Wars review, I will shred the prequel series to bits.
And I'll defend them
pretty much
death.
Every trilogy I will shred, even the original trilogy, which is my favorite. But I talk shit because I love it, and I love it because I talk shit. But it's Star Wars. I'm always going to be excited about Star Wars. I'm always going to watch it. You talked me into giving Solo a chance because I was just
I'm so glad you did.
Han Solo has never been my favorite Star Wars character. Yeah. He's just a guy with a gun. You know what I mean? He's the cool guy, and I've never really been attracted to characters like that who are just like the cool, sleek.
You've never been attracted to Han Solo?
No.
What is wrong with you?
Not once.
Ugh.
But I got to tell you, man, that nose gets me every time. But yeah, I gave Solo a chance, and I ended up really, really liking it. It was like
if you watch it like it's not a Star Wars film, like
which
it's
is a problem,
cool space
it's
western.
Star Wars movie.
Yeah, it is.
It is a great sci-fi like space movie though. Like Ron Howard, it's amazing how he came in last minute and kind of
he killed it.
Like saved that movie. And I love how Ron Howard did that, and now Bryce Dallas Howard, she made her directorial debut in The Mandalorian. And now she's like a director. But I mean, hey, runs in the family.
That's right.
What was I saying?
We were talking about The Mandalorian.
Katie Sackhoff. You know who that is? She's in Stargate.
Never seen it.
She's in one of the Riddick movies.
Never seen him.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I genuinely mean that.
I don't really care for Vin Diesel that much.
Yeah, I don't either, for real. Like, what was that movie that just came out? Bloodshot.
Where he's just supposed to be a superhero.
That movie doesn't make sense to me at all. Why would you take a 50-something-year-old man and then enhance him? Why wouldn't you take someone, I don't know, maybe in their mid-20s, someone who's like already not physically deteriorating?
Nah, no way, man.
It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, anyway.
If I had to pick one person to like save the world right now, I'd immediately start looking at 50-year-olds.
Yeah, specifically Vin Diesel, because he can do anything.
Right.
That's why I look like in the Fast and Furious movies. That fucking dude is supposed to be a mechanic, and yet he's fighting like yes. Dominic Toretto is a mechanic.
Right.
And that's his day job. But I mean, he's a thief and all that shit.
I've expressed my feelings about those movies enough.
It amazes me how he's able to fight like specially trained soldiers.
These movies are fucking garbage.
With a fucking pipe. Like,
so stupid.
I don't know, man. Like, people want to call Ray almost said a Daisy Sue, a Mary Sue, like all the time. And I don't know. I think the one true Daisy Sue character in cinemas today is Dominic Toretto, because he can do anything. Anything.
And rightfully so.
But anyway, Star Wars, Mandalorian, Katie Sackhoff, Bo-Katan. Sounds good to me. I'm actually pretty excited about that. Because, like I said, it's Star Wars. And who doesn't like Star Wars?
I can't think of a single person who doesn't. It's the most popular series in the entire world.
Next bit of news. Deadline reports that New Mutants, it's got its 5th official theatrical release date.
Yay!
Do you know anything about this movie?
A little bit.
This movie...
The cast looks pretty good.
...has gone through hell. Like, this poor movie.
Is it supposed to be, like, really good, though? Are people predicting it to be good? Or
So, what is the director's name?
Because Dark Phoenix, I heard, was just trash.
Yeah, garbage. I haven't even seen it. I'm not going to. So, this movie was made. It was supposed to be like the first like horror superhero movie. So it's New Mutants, and it takes place in like this mental institution, and these mutants are like being tortured and experimented on, and like it's just like a real. Imagine like American Horror Story meets mutants. And so the director filmed it, and he made the movie that he wanted to make. This movie was shot back in 2017.
Jesus, was it really?
Yeah. And so the director made the movie. He was completely satisfied with it. And then all of the execs at Fox, RIP. All
the executives. Well, but
are they?
Fox is no more.
It's 20th century now.
Yeah.
But damn Disney. Yeah, all these execs were like, "Oh, we gotta make it more like Deadpool. We gotta get it rated R and real graphic and blah blah blah, because that's what sells tickets." And that's such a stupid way of thinking to me. I don't think the rating of a movie makes it better or worse. Like, just because there's more like blood, gore, and tits doesn't mean it's gonna be a better movie.
I think it depends on
and swearing
what the category is.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, you can make a pretty decent horror movie.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
On a PG-13 rating.
Like, oh wait, no, that was rated R.
Quiet Place.
Yeah, Quiet Place. I was gonna say that one where the kid's a superhero.
Brightburn. That was
Brightburn.
R. That was R for sure.
Yeah.
Guts and all kinds of stuff.
Disgusting, but that was R.
But they were supposed to reshoot, and then that never happened. And I mean, like, look at.
So they just rolled with the footage that they had.
I mean, look at Maisie Williams. I mean, she doesn't even look the same anymore. So the original release date for this movie was April 13th, 2018. Then it got moved to February 22nd, 2019. Then it got moved to August 2nd, 2019. Then it got moved to April 3rd, 2020. Then Corona. And now it's August 28th, 2020. So hopefully this
gonna
movie
get moved again.
Like, the joke was, like, Fox was just sitting on this movie because they had never done the reshoots because the executives weren't satisfied with it. And finally, once the Fox merger was done with Disney, they called the director back. He took it off the shelf, and he finished editing his movie, the movie that he shot.
Right.
And he was 100% satisfied with it. And for a while, the question was, because Disney now, they own Hulu, and the question was whether they were going to dump New Mutants on Disney Plus or whether they were going to dump it on Hulu.
God, probably Hulu more than anything.
But I mean, they're Disney. It looks like Disney's set on a theatrical release, which shows me, I mean, they have some confidence in the movie, more confidence than Fox had.
But when they go to put it on a streaming platform, I think they'd put it on Hulu before Disney Plus. I mean,
I don't know.
There's nothing R-rated on Disney Plus.
I don't think New Mutants is gonna because this original cut, I don't think it's R.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So, I mean, if anything, you can edit a movie.
Yeah, they'll censor it.
But I think it'd be smart to put it on Disney Plus. I mean, because X-Men the animated series is already on there, so why not put the other X-Men movies on there? The ones that are good, at least. So
Still haven't seen any of them.
New Mutants. I don't know, man. I'm kind of burnt out on X-Men. Like,
Really?
X-Men Apocalypse kind of did it for me.
Like it was good, but you're just done with it? Oh, it wasn't good?
Like, X-Men Apocalypse? No. That movie was just kind of...
But how was Michael Fassbender?
It bored me, and I don't know. That was the first time I've really seen an X-Men movie that bored me. I mean, even X-Men Origins Wolverine, that movie's dog shit. But I was never bored during it. You know what I mean? But
no, I don't. I've never seen it. So.
That movie is so bad, man.
Wait, is that the one with the one guy who shoots the one? No, I don't know. I'm talking about.
It's the first one with. It's the first time we see Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
Oh, I have seen that one.
Yeah, but they like sew his mouth shut.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Garbage,
that
filth.
It's been
Trash.
a long time.
Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so New Mutants gets its 5th theatrical release date. So hopefully it actually comes out. And maybe now that I have movie theater going fatigue,
You'll want to go see it.
maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's X-Men, so it's hit or miss. X-Men died for me after Logan, to be honest with you. After
Great
Logan, I
movie.
was like, you know what? I'm good. Because Charles... Oh, spoiler alert. For a movie that came out
3 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Charles died, Logan died, and I was like, these are like the only ones that are left, though. Like out of the original X-Men. So I could give 2 squirts of piss. What comes next?
That's disgusting. Oh my God.
Ashley hates it when I say that. She hates it.
I've never heard that before. That's terrible.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, yeah.
Next news.
Next bit of news. This one's quick and short. The Matrix 4 is set to start reshooting in early July.
Oh, thank goodness. I've been waiting.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what we need. Another,
I haven't seen any of them.
I almost said X-Men. Another Matrix movie.
Still haven't seen any of them, but maybe someday I will.
The first one's fantastic.
Really?
Cinematic gold. Changed cinema forever. Well, at least the way we shoot like action sequences and all that kind of stuff, and VFX. But The Matrix Reloaded, which is the second one, and The Matrix Revolution, which is the third one. 1, 2, 3. Trash. The Matrix 2 is all right. It's a little weird. They get like there's this weird sequence where Keanu Reeves is fighting like 100 people, and they use like
Is it the same guy though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that scene.
And they use like this weird like balloon people CGI. Like they look terrible. But I don't know, man. Like I feel like they got like too biblical with their metaphors with like
Really?
Neo's supposed to be like Jesus, and it got too big for its britches, I feel.
Big for its britches.
By the third movie, it was just boring.
Oh my God, we're going to be southern.
and boring and dry, you know.
More and dry.
But Keanu
It's so
Reeves
funny
is
because you can actually do that accent really well.
Thank you.
That's hilarious.
Fuck, what was that? You threw,
I'm sorry.
you threw my
You said
train of thought
talk
off.
about too biblical.
Yes. Yeah, that third movie kind of just fell off the rails. And I don't really know how or why they're making a 4th Matrix movie. Because, I mean, the Wachowskis, the only movie that they've made that I would say is like a really, really like a great movie is the first Matrix.
No. Have they done anything like really
Cloud
since
Atlas,
this?
they did Jupiter Ascending,
Oh.
that Speed Racer movie. And they've like literally every movie they've made outside of the Matrix is tanked.
Yeah, seriously.
Like tanked commercially and critically. So, I mean.
What a shame.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You know what? There's this article where like this lady, it's like old black lady. She said that she had this like this message from Jesus in a dream. And it was basically the Matrix. And she wrote like this book. And the Wachowskis basically stole the idea for the first Matrix from her. And then they made this movie that basically adapted her like story. And then they completely shut her out. Like they wouldn't let her come to the premieres. They wouldn't let her be involved in like any of the process of the film. And she sued them and won.
Whoa.
So I think, yeah, you can look this up. I don't remember the lady's name. But I think it's ironic how the only movie that they made is good
because
was
it's someone
fucking
else's
stolen.
idea.
And it makes
yeah.
sense why all their other movies are hot garbage.
But did they acknowledge the fact that they stole it or
I think
I'm guessing they
like
probably didn't.
No, like they didn't. which is why she won that suit. But
wow, that's fucking crazy.
they're
That takes some
the
balls.
Matrix wasn't 100% their original idea, and they took all the credit for it, and they got all the prestige.
That's fucking shitty.
But I mean, it kind of shows though. Look at their movies.
Wow.
But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy in a spare room
Talking about that spare room again.
with a new sweet podcast arm. For my mic.
Any new pictures?
No new pictures.
No pictures.
We got hella fucking stones in here. We got some new stones and new crystals. Just about every day, the mailman just throws boxes at the door, and they're full of fucking rocks. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
But hey, I love my wife.
That's right. Gotta put up with it.
So yeah, The Matrix. Who gives a shit?
We shall see.
I kind of do. No, they had to push John Wick 4 back to shoot this. They were supposed to come out on the same
fourth
day.
John Wick.
Isn't it ironic, or not even ironic? It's crazy that these two franchises have somehow caught up to each other.
Yeah.
Like The Matrix just hit 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And The Matrix 3 came out in 2003, 2004. And now John Wick 4 and The Matrix 4 are coming out like back to back, basically. That dude Keanu Reeves has had like 2 or 3 movie comebacks.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he had his whole Bill and Ted thing.
Bill and Ted.
Then he did Speed, and he was back for a while. Then he did The Matrix, and then he was back for a while. Now John Wick. Dude's a beast. I love seeing pictures of him just like randomly out.
Yeah.
Like he'll just be sitting on a bench, eating a sandwich, smoking a cigarette. He's just hanging out.
I watched this one video.
That dude rides the bus.
Oh, I know. He takes the subway, everything. I've seen this video where he where he got stuck at an airport with a bunch of other tourists, and they had to like shuttle them just on some bus from A to B, and they're all like, is that Keanu Reeves? I'm like, yeah, he's just apparently like the coolest guy ever. And they're just talking to him. He's like, oh yeah, well, I mean, I don't mind like helping you guys out with your bags and stuff like that. He's supposed to be super polite.
He donated like $80 million of his salary from the first Matrix to the VFX department.
Really?
Because he's like, you guys, I mean, without you, this movie wouldn't be anything.
Yeah.
And he gifted them all Harley Davidsons.
Yeah, I know he's big into motorcycles. He's got a huge motorcycle
so he
collection.
gave them money, millions of dollars, and a motorcycle.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty nice guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know him.
We know him personally.
He seems nice.
Hey, hey, Keanu Reeves, come on in, man. Nice.
Neo. No, have you seen
kidding.
what is that movie? Always Be My Maybe? Oh,
no, I haven't seen that.
What is that on Netflix?
I haven't seen
it's
any
like this
movie.
rom-com. What's the guy's name that plays Asian Jim
Oh, I know
in
you're
The
talking
Office?
about.
Yeah, it's him and
It's also in what's the interview?
yeah.
Kim Jong-un.
He is in that. He's in the MCU too.
Yeah, he is. He's an Ant-Man, right?
I haven't seen Ant-Man 2, but he's in that.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
gonna be in he's either gonna be in
Yeah, he's in one of
WandaVision
them.
or
I think it's WandaVision.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. But anyway,
He's really funny in Ant-Man.
Keanu Reeves plays himself in that Always Be My Maybe.
Does he really?
He's such a dick in that. And it's so funny. It was so funny.
That's funny.
Because, I mean, like, he's just the polar opposite
Yeah.
of what he's
Oh,
hilarious.
that's awesome.
He's at like this weird, like, fancy rich people restaurant where they make you listen. They give you, like, a baby-sized portion of food. And then they make you listen to this music so that you experience these emotions or whatever. So, like, dude has, like, so Keanu Reeves, they put the headphones on him and they're playing, like, this instrumental music, and he has a glass of wine. He smells the wine and he just instantly just starts bawling, and he's just drinking the wine. It's ridiculous, but yeah, he's got his little resurgence.
Let's check that out.
Yeah. Next bit of news. Looks like there's a new Percy Jackson series coming to Disney Plus.
I saw that.
Are you a fan of these books or movies?
No.
Have you seen them?
No.
Fuck. I've only seen the first one.
I think Lucas has seen them and read the books probably, but
don't really. I don't know, man. Like, so that first Percy Jackson movie came out in like 2010, and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 came out in 2011. So I think by that point I was kind of like burnt out on like fairy tale young adult shit. So like I saw the first one. I don't even know if I finished it, to be honest with you. But I mean, it was fine. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I've never seen it.
Never read the books. But apparently, this new series. So each season will be based off of each individual book. And the Hollywood Reporter reports that this series is going to be more faithful to the books.
Oh, thank goodness.
But yeah, by that I'm assuming. So like for that first movie with the what's that dude's name? Logan Lerman, the guy that plays Percy Jackson.
Oh.
So
yeah,
that first movie he's like 16 years old, and in the book he's supposed to be like 12. So I'm pretty sure they aged him up to get. Like I said, it was right around the time that Harry Potter was ending.
Mm-hmm.
So
what was that drama that he was in?
That new one? Hunters?
No, that's a good show.
I haven't finished that.
I haven't finished it either, but it's a good show. I don't know. There was a movie he was in. We just watched it not too long ago.
What's it about?
Something with Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd?
Yeah. They're both in it. And they're
have you seen 3:10 to Yuma?
No.
Logan Lerman's in that. He plays Christian Bale's son. It's got Russell Crowe.
Oh, really?
And James Mangold, the director of Logan.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's such a good movie.
I downloaded it after you told me about it.
It takes place in it's like fucking like Western.
Yeah.
And Christian Bale plays like an ex-soldier. He's an amputee. He owns this. He's a struggling like farmer with his wife and 2 sons. Logan Lerman plays his older son, and he's basically like a shell of a man. Like his family doesn't respect him. His community doesn't really respect him.
Yeah.
And Russell
cool.
Crowe, who's like this big time outlaw, he like stumbles into their town and they arrest him and they try to get him to the 3:10 to Yuma, which is a train.
It's the train, yeah. I've heard
so,
that.
it's so good.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's crazy.
That makes me think of that.
I don't know. I have to figure out what that movie's called with him. But it's a good one.
Yeah. So anyway, Percy Jackson, I'm assuming they mean that by accuracy. I don't know how inaccurate the movies are, though, other than the age. Because
I've heard they're wildly inaccurate.
Have you really?
Nope.
Is that sarcasm?
Yep.
Great. Perfect podcast banter.
Oh.
Wow. So, yeah. That's exciting. I like, new
Depends
stuff.
On your
and
definition of exciting, but
I like fantasy and sci-fi and...
You do?
I do. Game of Thrones is my favorite show.
That's the second time you said that today.
Wow. Maybe I really mean it.
Wow.
Next bit of news. Yeah. Do you give a shit about Percy Jackson?
No, not even a little
really
bit.
No? Not even at Disney Plus?
No, I couldn't care less.
The Masters of Cinema?
Ooh, no.
And the small screen?
No, don't care.
Wow.
It could launch today. I wouldn't watch it.
That's crazy.
I mean, I would probably watch it if LaCrista forced me to watch it. Mm-hmm. But
don't watch it.
Yeah, I won't.
Yeah, I won't. So next bit of news. Lord Miller is set to direct a new The Martian sequel.
That's cool.
Did you see The Martian?
I did.
I love that.
I loved it.
Directed by Ridley Scott.
That's like such a... Actually, no, it's not. The Gladiator is a far cry from what he normally does.
They filmed that whole movie basically without a script. Gladiator.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Joaquin
in the beginning when they're in the woods,
mm-hmm.
like Russell Crowe's like sitting around and he looks over at Ridley Scott and he's like, they don't have a script. So he's like, what am I like?
Stumble.
He's like, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? And Ridley Scott's like, I don't know. He's like, say something like, he's like, it looks like snow. so they yell action. He's like, it looks like snow. He's staring up at the sky or whatever, and it starts to snow. Yeah,
he's a god.
I had to shit myself if I was in that movie. If I was Russell Crowe, I'd be like, I'm definitely winning an Academy Award for this movie. But I don't think it's. I almost said I don't think it's directed by Ridley Scott when I just said Lord Miller is set to direct. So it's based off the sequel book to The Martian. Because Martian is a book. Mm-hmm. The sequel book is called Project Hail Mary. It has something to do with Mark Watney, Matt Damon's character, I believe. Something about him saving the universe. Ryan Gosling is set to appear in the lead role. Yeah, I like Ryan Gosling. Fun. He has grown on me. I used to hate on him because of The Notebook, and it was like the easy thing to do. But when
I liked him in The Notebook.
Yeah, I mean, he's great, but whenever my wife is like having an emotional day or she's like sad, she watches that movie to make herself cry. Like she'll just sit there in a ball of tears watching the movie. I'm like, why are you just wallowing in sorrow? She's like, I love this movie. But Ryan Gosling's grown on me because when you really look at his filmography, this dude's dabbled in almost every genre. Yeah.
Drive, probably one of his best films. Such a good movie. Yeah.
I watched that a few weeks ago, and I forgot. Isn't that a Soderbergh movie?
I don't know.
I accidentally hit
We're
my
still
mic
getting used to these arms.
I forgot that Bryan Cranston was in there.
Yeah.
And fucking Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
I fucking love him.
But only for like a hot second.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a shame. But that was kind of before he really blew up, though, I think.
It's not a Soderbergh movie.
Huh.
You know the guy in Drive that works with Cranston?
Yeah, Ryan Gosling?
No. The guy that like he invests with. Not Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
So that other guy, I don't know his name, but he's the voice of Marlin in Finding Nemo.
Is he really?
Yeah. Huh. Now, whenever I watch that movie, I just think of Marlin.
That's
just
funny.
swearing at people left and right. But
love Finding Nemo. Gosh, I want to watch that now.
So they're teaming up with what's her name? Amy Pascal. She is the CEO of Sony Pictures. I mean, they Lord Miller and Pascal worked together on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and ended up winning an Academy Award. So
Pascal.
I don't see why they wouldn't be working together again. Mm-hmm. Apparently this
Lord Miller doesn't. Yeah.
They did like the Lego movie and they were set to originally direct Solo and then they were fucking up and got fired.
Yeah.
They got fired. Which is like Lucasfilms, like that's their thing. They just, they hire the new big time writer directors, whoever's popular at the time, and then 2 months later they just fire them because creative differences. I'm like, you motherfuckers didn't talk about that before you signed a contract? Like that's wild to me.
Probably not.
But anyway, I don't want to talk about Lucasfilm right now. Apparently this was a 6-figure deal for Lord Miller to make this movie. Oh no. Excuse me, 7 figures.
7-figure?
Wow. A 7-figure deal. What? I don't even know how much monies that is.
That's $1 million, 7 figures. But I mean, there could be more.
Yeah.
7-figure, that could be up to $9 million. I mean, that's crazy.
That's like J.J. Abrams. He got that $500 million deal to work with. It was I think it was Netflix or Warner Brothers. I think it's Warner Brothers. So they contracted Bad Robot, his production company, $500 million. Is J.J. Abrams worth $500 million?
Some people.
That's crazy, man.
Yes.
I don't know. But I wouldn't spit. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess he's the big name, but like his name carries a lot of weight, but his content kind of doesn't.
I like J.J. Abrams.
Don't get me wrong. I like him. He's not one of the greats. He's not one of the
Not yet.
I don't think he's one of the titans in
the
industry.
In 20 years, will his name, or let's say 40 years, will he be looked back like a Stanley Kubrick?
Will he be looked at as one of the greatest writer-directors or filmmakers of our time, or like one of the best producers of our time?
I'd say director, because I think that's kind of what he's
but look at
trying to lean into.
Mission Impossible 3. I like it.
I like it.
That movie is shot and it feels like a very expensive TV episode.
Oh, really? You think so?
I mean? It feels like, I don't know, it just feels just a little, the scale of it feels a little small. I say that, and then there's a drone that like blows up a bridge in that movie. Yeah. But I don't know, it just
felt
big
enough for me.
It just felt like an episode of Aliens or something like that.
2 bridges blowing up.
Exactly. Right. No, they have to be
right next to each other.
I don't know if I want them perpendicular or maybe they're adjacent. They're just going in 2 complete opposite directions.
This is the bullshit that we do to make the news 45 minutes long.
We just scramble. What the fuck was I saying?
Oh my god, we gotta count how many times we say. What was I saying? What were we talking about?
So yeah, Hail Mary, the sequel to The Martian, the book, not the movie. So Ryan Gosling, Lord Miller. Sounds good to me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Cool beans. Anyway, next bit of news. So
how much news do we have today?
Michael Mann, director of Heat, he's developing a Heat prequel. So have you ever seen Heat?
Who cares?
I have never seen Heat. That movie is so old.
Yeah.
I have never seen that movie.
Who was in that? Was that Winona Ryder and
it's fucking all I know is Val Kilmer's in it.
Oh, Val Kilmer.
He's on the cover holding like this big ass assault rifle.
Right.
Pacino and De Niro.
Oh, yes. Where they're like rob a bunch of shit.
Somebody's calling me right now.
I hear that.
From Springfield, Ohio.
Oh, would you like to answer a chance?
Nope.
Okay. I'll leave this in.
I'm in the middle of a show, Logan. I'm a professional. So yeah, I guess he's working on the prequel book and the screenplay at the same time. So he's working on the book and then he wants to adapt the book into a screenplay.
Hollywood really is out of ideas.
I've never seen this movie. I know it's like a cult classic and like if you're a movie lover, like Heat is like the thing, but I've never seen it.
Taika Waititi said that like he just said, he's like, we're in this really weird time where Hollywood is out of ideas and the people who come in with original content, that's what they want. They want that right now because they're fucking dying. I don't know how, but they are.
I mean, when you think about it though, I mean, cinema is over a century years. Like,
yeah, I know.
When you think about like, I mean, the Academy Awards, I mean, there hasn't even been 100 years of celebrating film.
And they're already out of ideas. That's kind of a bad sign.
I mean, not really. I mean, how many books? Like, look at books though.
Like,
how many
for
books?
Centuries.
How many true crime or like nonfiction stories or like genre storytelling?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Is like, I don't know. I feel like these days it's really hard to be like original. I'm not saying it's impossible, but
I feel like one of the last
there's
original.
Just so much cinema out there that I feel like it all kind of influences each other.
Yeah. One of the last original content for books, like truly original, that was just earth shattering, would probably be Harry Potter. I mean, there had really
Hunger
never
Games?
been.
That was like a big thing.
Yeah,
Twilight.
but those are huge in their respective nature. But I mean, like they took something that was like already established, like a world that was already established, where like J.K. Rowling kind of introduced like magic and like this dark lord who wanted to take over. Yeah, yeah. She made that. So
yeah, I guess. But what about like
Twilight vampires? They've been talked about.
There's another series of Twilight books coming out.
I know.
It's told from like Edward's point of view.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Who gives a fuck?
Well, Krista.
I'm probably gonna end up buying. So, for all you listeners out there, I love movies. Didn't know if you knew that, but I pride myself on my iTunes movie collection, and now I have all of the Twilight movies in there. I'm not saying they're bad movies.
They're bad.
I just don't watch them
They're
or
bad.
want them, and now
They're bad.
I have to have them.
They're bad. I'm bad.
What pisses me off about that last movie, man? Spoiler
I haven't
alert.
seen
Who
it,
gives a
but-
shit? But so like, I don't know, man. Like there's this huge, like, epic throwdown between like the vampires and the werewolves and like the vampire council or whatever the fuck.
Uh-huh.
And one of the main characters dies, and then the filmmakers just slap you in the face and just go, "Psych! That entire thing was a vision." And I'm just like, so the fight never really actually happens.
Right.
So, and I'm like,
That's stupid.
yeah, I'm just like, so what the fuck?
That's just stupid.
Like, you just wasted my time with this giant action sequence, this death that was a vision, and then it doesn't even actually come to a head. I mean, like, at least in Endgame or in Infinity War, when Doctor Strange saw those 14 million different realities, at least they still actually fought.
Right. That's true.
But what do I know? Anyway.
Yeah, what do you know? I hate it when you say that.
Because it's true, man. What do I know?
Holy shit, we still got so much
Yeah, I
to
got-
do.
oh, shit, I just
We're
bumped
an
it.
hour in.
Are we really? I'll just fly through these then. So Netflix is gearing up for the Umbrella Academy season 2.
Yeah,
Did you see the Umbrella Academy?
half of it.
I didn't see any of it.
It's pretty good.
I heard it's not bad.
I like it.
I just started The Boys. Well, we just started The
Oh
Boys.
my god, one of the
That
best.
show is so like
Gets really weird.
Jesus. Like,
The first episode.
I
Yeah.
don't remember what episode that is, but the chick Pop Shock or Pop whatever the fuck her name was.
Pop, lock, and drop it. Yeah.
Yep. The chick that dates a fast black guy.
Yeah.
When she sits on that guy's face and crushed
crushes
his
it,
head.
yeah.
I was like, could you imagine dying like that? There's a superpowered chick
Good, yeah.
sitting on your face and she literally squishes your brain, like your whole head, like a watermelon. His brain just fell out of the top of his head. Like, that's terrible.
He exploded.
Yeah. Eating ass. What a way to go out. But The Umbrella Academy 2, I heard is really good. I haven't actually seen it yet. But I like these new like superhero TV shows that are kind of like taking the genre and flipping it on its head, making it real gritty. They swear a lot.
Mm-hmm. That's a Dark Horse Comics? Or is that its own thing?
Wait, that sounds right. What was I talking?
Hmm.
Umbrella Academy. I don't know. It might be.
I know there's really only 3. So DC, Marvel, and Dark Horse.
It'd have to be Dark Horse then.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's supposed to come out this year, July 21st, 2020.
Cool.
So I got some time to watch it. Hey, maybe we could. Maybe we could. We'll talk about that off air.
Maybe we could watch it naked.
How unprofessional. Anyway, new trailer drop for Spike Lee's new movie, Da 5 Blood.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's like some weird treasure hunt. It's like these
I love a good treasure hunt
older black
movie.
guys who fought in Vietnam. They have to go back to Vietnam and kind of like retract their past to find like this treasure or some shit like that.
Oh, that sounds cool.
I like Spike Lee. Did you see Black Klansman?
I did.
Oh my god.
Great movie.
Great. Yeah, it was my second favorite movie of 2018.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good movie.
John David Washington.
Yeah.
Adam Driver.
Mm-hmm.
Solid cast. I don't know. I like Spike Lee, but some of his movies are hit or miss. Like, have you seen Inside Man with Denzel?
No.
Chiwetel Ejiofor? Where like, and
Never heard of it.
what the fuck's that dude's name? Clive Owen.
Clive Owen.
When they like rob a bank.
No.
Good movie. You should check it out. It's weird. It's got some weird grade on it though. Like it's like weirdly.
Like the color grade is weird?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. The color's so strange. Like, yeah, but good movie.
All
Spike
right.
Lee. I love Spike Lee. He finally won his Academy Award with Black Klansman.
Black Klansman, yeah, I was gonna say, it'd have to be that.
Screenplay.
That's a really good movie. I gotta watch that one
Or
again.
best director.
I
Best
don't
something.
know. That's something.
Yeah, so that's good for him. So did you see Mad Max Fury Road?
It did.
So George Miller is developing a Furiosa movie.
Oh, off the girl, right? Off of
Charlize
Theron?
Theron's
Yeah.
character. Apparently, it's supposed to be a prequel, and they are going to recast the role because it's a prequel, and it takes place like 20 years before we see her in Fury Road. And instead of de-aging Charlize Theron, they're gonna get a younger actress.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm so sick because I mean, de-aging.
Oh, it's so expensive.
It's gotten so much better, yeah, but I don't think it's like
not
it's
perfect.
quite there to where you can watch a movie and it's not like super distracting.
I mean, that was one of my biggest criticisms of The Irishman.
I still haven't seen The Irishman, but from what I understand, like, yeah, their faces look young, but like their
He's
hands
still-
and their bodies and like the way they move, they
he's
still move like old men.
An actual old guy. So, like, you can't change the way he moves.
So like, yeah, like so in Captain Marvel, the Sam Jackson de-aging was great. I mean, I think Sam Jackson hit like 40 and just stopped aging because I mean he's like 72.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I know.
But it looked great, but there were some moments, like some of the action moments, or like when he had to move around, he had like that old man trot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
when you go to watch The Irishman, when you look at when they age them up, it's like a combination. It's got to be a combination of like makeup and CG. It's
I know
fantastic.
for like Endgame, it was a mixture of makeup, CG, and they had a stand-in for Cap.
Really?
So yeah, like
That's
there was
good.
an old man. So like they had Chris Evans in his old man makeup, and they had like the little dots on his face.
I've never seen a better old man represented in a film before than by Joe Pesci in
The Irishman.
The Irishman. Yeah, he does an amazing job in that movie.
He got an Academy Award nomination.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Good for
Best
him.
supporting actor.
Good for him. He deserved it. This is great.
I didn't really care too much for Mad Max Fury Road. I saw it once, and it was just visually, it's just a lot.
Furry
And
road.
don't remember the circumstances of watching this movie. I don't think I actually wanted to watch it. So when I went into it with a closed mind, and there was just so much going on to where I was just like, I can't even follow this, and I don't even want to follow it. But I will rewatch it because I like what's his name, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Yeah.
I like Charlize Theron. I like
those shots in that movie. And
Nicholas
that's
Hoult.
a movie where like the practical effects are so well mixed with the CG. Oh, it's so good. Seriously, it's awesome.
Yeah, so I think it's cool that George Miller's doing it too. He did the original ones, right? It was like 3, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Mel Gibson. Yeah.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Really fucking like just a huge different, just vastly different from the Mad Max that we know now. The first one is just like a town. A town is crazy.
Yeah, and they don't have water, right?
Right. That's it. It's really weird. That's it. It's really weird.
So that'll be cool.
That's pretty cool. Apparently that's our catchphrase.
Might as well milk that train as long as you can. So according to Rob Liefeld, creator of Deadpool.
The comic?
Yes, the comic character in the comic. Disney has not allowed for Deadpool 3 to make any real movement in the developmental stage. So it's kind of stuck in limbo right now. For a while, they were saying like, yeah, Deadpool's going to continue, but we're not going to put it in the MCU, which is smart.
I don't think it'd fit.
So, yeah, and then like people,
he's too graphic.
Yeah, that's the thing. And like, I think it's real easy to think of Disney. Like when you hear Disney, you forget that they don't just make movies. Disney is a brand, and like Bob Iger, the former CEO of Disney, he made it like his agenda to protect that brand, that Disney brand, so like parents and all that kind of stuff. Like they knew what they were getting for their kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think that they would risk. Because, I mean, like, even when the first Deadpool movie came out, there were parents taking their kids to see it. And they're like, I thought this was a superhero movie. And I'm like,
it is, but not for
rated R,
kids.
you dumbass. Like, for a reason. It tells you why it's rated R on the fucking poster. But
this movie has lots of swearing.
It's blood, tits, and guts. Don't bring your kids. But I think it's strange because, like, for a while they were like, yeah, Deadpool will continue under the 20th Century banner. It'll be released under that, along with like other properties that Disney couldn't release under the Disney banner,
right?
Like Predator and other shit like that. But I think it's interesting that everything's been put on hold because they were swearing like, yeah,
liars.
Sorry, I had to grab my charger from my laptop. But, I mean, did you see Deadpool 2?
Yeah.
I don't think I saw the last. I keep bumping into this fucking thing. I didn't see the last, like, 12 minutes of the movie.
Oh my gosh, that's where the meat and potatoes are.
I saw up to when they put that cord up Juggernaut's butt.
Oh, man. You have no clue what happens then, do you? The whole world changes.
Josh Brolin is Cable and he's Thanos.
I know. That's so funny.
What the fuck?
That's so funny.
Didn't those two movies come out in the same year?
Around the same time, yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, actually, I do think Infinity War and Deadpool came out in the same time. Yeah.
I really loved that first Deadpool. I don't know. It felt like the Deadpool shtick I was already tired of it by the second movie.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Sure.
Not saying it's bad.
The fatigue. Yeah, I mean, that's...
But I don't know why it settled in like so fast. I don't know. I think it's just because Deadpool is just so much.
Yeah.
But...
yeah, there's a lot to take in for sure.
Plus, I didn't like... spoiler alert, if you give a shit. I didn't like how they killed his girlfriend in the second one.
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro, that's what made us care about that first movie.
Oh, but you haven't watched the last 12 minutes
then he like
of
time
it.
travel or whatever, and he saves her. I know that much.
It's great. That whole part is so funny. He goes back to like X-Men Wolverine, and he shoots himself in the face, and he shoots Ryan Reynolds. So, like, I love this Green Lantern script. He just blows his head off.
I saw a clip of that. It's
great.
like in a trailer or something like that. I didn't know that was actually in the movie.
It's awesome.
Because I didn't see it. Anyway.
You didn't see that movie?
Not the last.
You didn't see the last 12 minutes?
Not probably some of the most important part of the movie, which is the ending. But I wouldn't mind seeing a Deadpool 3. I mean, I'd probably see it and finish it. So.
Wow.
So Zack Snyder. Infamous Zack Snyder. So have you seen you've seen Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Don't really remember it that well. The only thing I remember not really liking was the tornado sweeping through.
Oh
and
my
his
God.
father just no. It's so stupid. It's so
like his dad is
overdramatic.
supposed to die about Paul Kent, as I like to call him.
Paul
He
Kent?
dies. Paul Kent.
Oh, Paul Kent.
Yeah.
You said Paul.
Yeah, Paul. What is? Oh, his name is Jonathan Kent. Almost
Yeah.
said. Anyway, so like he dies from a heart attack, and it teaches Clark a lesson. Like no matter how fast he is, no matter how strong he is, no matter how
You can't save
invincible he is, he
everyone.
can't stop everything. Like, he can't save everyone. But I mean, he could have said. I get what they're going for in Man of Steel. Like the world's not ready for you to know.
But like
To know you're a superhero.
But can
so-
people even see him when he runs really fast?
Yeah,
Isn't
I
it
mean, like
just
he's a blur.
Yeah, but that's.
But I mean, think about it. You're fucking standing under this overpass. The tornado's directly behind him. You would definitely see Clark just instantaneously go from standing right in front of you to the other side of the fucking freeway.
Well, yeah, but there's also a tornado there and
But
debris
I
flying
feel
everywhere.
like all those people wouldn't have said anything. Like if he would have went and
Right.
saved them, they'd have been like, well, I mean, I don't know.
It's
But
like when Spider-Man took his mask
he
off.
could have even lightly jogged over there and still got there pretty fast. Like, I mean, he's a giant corn-fed motherfucker. Like he lives
Yeah.
in Kansas on a farm.
Yeah.
I do bales hay all day, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was fast or whatever. But yeah, I agree with you on that. But anyway, Zack Snyder, he's doing a watch along today for like a watch party for
Let's
Man of
get
Steel
it. No, I don't. I don't care.
at like 8 p.m. I don't know whether that's Eastern Standard Time or what.
I would assume he lives on the West Coast.
Yeah, I would assume. So 8 o'clock. So what is that? That's
It's like,
like
midnight
11 o'clock
here.
here. Won't be watching that shit.
Right.
But I like Man of Steel. I think Man of Steel was very underrated. I think Henry Cavill is
Yeah,
the best Superman we've
he's a
had.
good Superman. Yeah.
I know that's like sacrilegious and blaspheme, but I think Henry Cavill is great. They just don't write him well. They don't really give him much to do. But what do I know?
Nothing.
Exactly. All I know is the news.
Every time you ask that question, I'm gonna say nothing now.
Thank you. I mean, that's my point,
That's
though.
bullshit.
I don't know a damn thing.
You're allowed to have your own opinions.
I don't even know what time zone this thing is starting in, this watch along.
Well, that is true. You don't know that.
But
Neither do
so
I.
yeah, that's interesting. Next bit of news.
Only 20 more things. Don't worry.
Adam Sandler and LeBron James are teaming up for a basketball Netflix movie.
LeBron James.
Lejeune Brames will produce the film, and Adam Sandler will play a fired scout who's looking for talent overseas.
So stupid.
So it's supposed to be like a drama. I like when Adam Sandler.
Oh wait,
does-
wait. It's a drama?
Yeah,
Oh, then it'll be great.
I love movies where Adam. I mean, he's. I think his comedic days are long behind him.
I think it'd have to be a totally different movie than he normally does.
But I mean, that dude makes his own. I mean, he produces his own movies, so he could pretty much do whatever he wants,
Yeah.
which he's been doing. Did you hear that he threatened to make like the worst movie ever made on purpose if he didn't win the Academy Award for Uncut Gems?
Say that again?
He threatened to make the worst like comedy ever made on
Really?
purpose if he didn't win. He didn't even get nominated.
That's funny.
But I like Adam Sandler when he's like doing dramatic stuff. I still haven't seen Uncut Gems, but there's this movie called
Yeah, I haven't
Spanglish.
either.
He's really good in that. There's another movie, Reign Over Me, with him and Don Cheadle. Great movie.
Huh.
It's the first time I ever seen him do like a dramatic role, and breaks me up. He plays this guy living in New York, and Don Cheadle was his roommate in college, and Adam Sandler's family was killed in 9/11. So like he's like a
Jesus.
really broken man. Yeah, it's a really good movie though. So that excites me. Lejeune Brames coming in to produce. I knew once I'm not a sports guy, period. But I knew once he joined the Lakers, I'm like, this dude's thinking about once he retires from basketball, the motherfucker's gonna start making movies.
Get that Friends money.
He's in, what is it, Space Jam 2? I haven't seen that first Space Jam. I don't even really care about Space Jam, to be honest with you.
I've seen that movie
Everybody
a long
loves
time ago.
Space Jam, it's the greatest thing. I could give two shits about Space Jam.
They oh my gosh, it's amazing.
When we went to Warner Brothers in August of last year, we went on the Warner Brothers tour, or excuse me, when we were in California last summer, we went on the Warner Brothers tour, and we saw, we were like touring the sound stages, and they were shooting Space Jam 2. So the guy that was driving us around, he wasn't supposed to like tell us anything, like our tour guide, and he's like, since it was just my wife and I, we were sitting in the front of like this fucking golf cart thing that we were riding in. So he's asking us questions and stuff because they were shooting season 2 of The Rookie, which is Nathan Fillion's new show. And he's like, any of you guys Nathan Fillion fans? You know who Nathan Fillion is? I'm the only one that raised my hand. I'm sitting right next to him. So he's like, after I said that, like his eyes lit up. He was super cool. He was like, look, there's Nathan Fillion right there.
Did you actually see him?
Yeah, I saw him. It was fucking
cool.
crazy. There's a whole bunch of like fake police walking around because they're shooting the show.
I love Nathan Fillion.
And I saw Nathan Fillion. I look over at my wife and I'm like, hey, so this guy likes me. I was like, I bet I can get him to tell me what like film set this was. So it was like a giant blue screen, and it was like this big ass like gold Egyptian looking throne. But there was no extras or anything like that. It was just the set, and it was massive. I'm like, geez, what is this? I'm like, this looks like Gods of Egypt or something like that, like the horrible movie. And he's like, yeah, I'm not allowed to tell you guys what's filming, but blah blah blah. And I walk up to him like, hey, guy. So Nathan Fillion's great in Firefly. What movie is this? And he fans me over. He's like, it's Space Jam 2. And I'm like, damn, a movie I could give two shits about. And it had like this super sweet sound stage and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, he's like, Space Jam 2. I'm like, I don't give a shit. He's like, LeBron James is here. His trailer's over there.
Well,
we drove past his trailer and stuff. It was pretty cool, but yeah, Space Jam 2. You excited?
No.
Yeah,
I don't care about
Probably
it.
won't even see it.
If I had kids, like maybe, but because the first one's kind of geared towards kids because it's Looney Tunes characters and stuff like that. But no, I don't care.
I don't remember that movie at all.
Yeah, I think it's about basketball.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a hockey movie.
Oh, you're right.
Aren't there? Isn't the mascot?
Yeah, the mighty Space Jam.
The mighty muskrats. There's a muskrat that lives in our pond behind our house.
Where the fuck did that come from? Really? Let's talk about that for the next 20 minutes.
It was scary, man. Ashley's like, what did she say? Oh, she's like, look, it's a beaver. And I'm like, what? I'm standing in the window. I'm like, that don't look like no beaver, man. I was like, look at his tail. I'm like, plus, why would a beaver be in our fucking pond?
No, beavers are native to local ponds in Ohio.
And I'm like, to be honest with you, that looks like a huge rat. She's like, no, it doesn't. I'm like, look at his tail. And then we Google muskrat. And it was definitely a muskrat. He just crawled out of the pond, just walking around, pissing all the ducks off. A goose just charged right at it with his mouth open. Having some sense.
That's all they do.
But anyway, so yeah.
Next bit of news?
Yeah, next bit of news.
Oh my god.
Okay, I only got two things left.
Right,
two things.
News can't be this long.
Shit. Well, we think about it though. We get a week's worth of news.
Yeah, it's a lot. Let's condense
and I
it.
also left some shit out, like all the celebrity deaths that have happened in the past week.
Oh yeah, those are sad.
Like,
those are depressing though.
Fred Willard, R.I.P.
No, I love Fred Willard, but he had a good life.
What was he, like 86?
86? 87, yeah.
Good for him though. Anyway, R.I.P.
Good for him.
Seriously though, when you live a life past like 80,
you think so?
Safe
just past 80?
Safe to say 80? Come on.
It's not that old.
I mean, I'm not saying 80's old, but 80 years of life?
I mean, that's a long time. Yeah.
I mean, there's no way he didn't have a great life.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Like, I'm sure, what I'm saying is I'm sure he went out feeling fulfilled.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Like, if I died at 80, I'd be like, you know what? I had a good run.
Fuck, I don't ever want to die.
We all can't live forever.
Oh, I will find a way.
That's blasphemy. How dare you?
Do you know what blasphemy
Did you forget
is?
that this was a Christian podcast?
Oh my God. Well, in that case.
Now grab your hymns. Anyway. What was I saying? Next bit of news.
Oh my God.
The Rock and Emily Blunt superhero movie Ball and Chain gets picked up by Netflix. So it's going to premiere on Netflix. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Either.
That's crazy though. I love Emily Blunt.
Yeah. I mean, I do too, for sure. I just don't care about Dwayne Johnson.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's my dude.
I have nothing to say
I don't even
about
know him,
that.
but I love him.
You love him. I don't.
When I was really into wrestling, that was my fucking guy. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? That was my shit. I used to play SmackDown on Nintendo 64
Yeah.
all the time. It was The Rock and pretty sure it was Rey Mysterio. That was my dude.
I think he's a very well. I've heard he's like a very nice guy and stuff like that. So that's cool. But don't care for him as an actor. So
I mean, that's fair. It's all subjective. But I don't know, man. Netflix.
they're just
I was
buying
talking to my
everything.
barber the other day, and he's like, 6 Underground. It was a good movie. That new.
Really?
I was like, bro, what?
I heard it was
really
terrible.
good. And I'm like, the first like 15 minutes are good, and then the rest of it is just Michael Bay's typical explosions. Like, my whole thing is like, if there's just action happening for the sake of action, it's just visual noise. Like, especially Michael Bay, when everything's like weirdly inverted and orange,
Yeah.
and all the explosions look like fireworks. And they're just
So pretty.
sparking everywhere, and you just can't even tell what's happening. Like, there's a scene, this dude is parkouring down like this cell tower, and there's just sparks and explosions and bullets going everywhere. And
It's
I'm
like you're watching the Power Rangers.
yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is happening in this movie? But I mean, like I said, it's all subjective. But,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like movies like Six Underground didn't really do it for me, but for some reason, Extraction. It's not much more, but it did more for me than Six Underground. But, yeah. So, I don't know, man. Netflix movies, they're hit or miss.
Oh, for sure they are. Their shows are usually always great, though.
Yeah, but...
It's such a shame. Why can't they just take that formula and... Yeah, I don't know. What do I know?
Yeah, exactly. See? Now you're catching on. So, as promised, more Star Wars news. Last bit of news.
Yay! Is it the one I sent you?
Yeah.
Yay!
So this comes out of the Hollywood Reporter. Timothy Olyphant has officially been casted in Mandalorian season 2. Don't know who he's playing. I heard rumors that he might don the Boba Fett armor.
Yeah.
Don't know how that works. I don't know why they would have.
But just him in the armor because the other guy's doing the voice, though.
Yes.
So what the fuck would we...
Don't know why you would cast Timothy Olyphant to play Boba Fett if we're not going to see his face.
Yeah.
And if we're not going to hear his voice.
Because even if we do like a spoiler for The Mandalorian, even if we do like a reveal and he takes his helmet off, we already know what Boba Fett looks like.
Yeah.
Because he looks just like his fucking father. So, like, obviously it would only make sense to bring the actual actor back to play Boba Fett in the suit and as the voice.
That dude Django is so weird. Why would you raise a clone of yourself as your child? That's you.
Yeah, but I mean, so as a kid, technically.
You don't think that's weird?
I think that's very weird. It's
strange.
But I mean, like, I guess he couldn't find someone to procreate with him.
Sure.
But, I mean...
If Palpatine can have a... Never mind. I'm not even thinking of this. Anyway, I love Timothy Olyphant.
I hope he's a Jedi.
He's in one of my favorite TV shows of all time, Justified.
Yeah, no, you love that one.
U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens shoots from the hip, asks questions later. I love that show. But I love Timothy Olyphant. He was in... I didn't like that one show he had on Netflix with...
Don't
Drew
say
Barrymore?
It. Oh, I knew you were gonna say Santa Clarita Diet.
Like,
it's so
I
good.
couldn't make it through the first episode because it grossed me out when she puked like for 5 minutes straight, and I was like, "This is too much for me." Like,
that's like the only time that ever happens.
I couldn't get through it. Like, it was too much. It was
you're
just
missing,
nasty.
You're missing some good shit.
I heard it's not
Nathan
bad.
Fillion is in that show.
You know my friend Ben Stone. He
Yeah, Ben Stone.
he's been on some previous episodes. He loves that show.
It's really good. I love the kid and the daughter. They're both great. Yeah, everyone's really good.
Olyphant's great in The Girl Next Door, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Great in that.
So many movies that he's been in.
He's just a good actor. He's great in The Office too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's his? Yeah, he is in that.
Danny Cordray.
Yeah, that's what it is.
No, that's a male model.
He's a pretty handsome man, though.
He is a good looking dude. Yeah.
I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. I'm a married man, but
so you're saying he's your hall pass guy?
you know, I probably should say what I want to say.
No, now you gotta say it.
But I mean, you know, hey, I mean, I'm down for whatever.
Oh my god! No way!
All right, well, that's the news,
recorded
everybody. That's the news, everybody. You're not gonna cut that out.
Not even a little.
All right. Hey, now we'll really know if people are listening to the show. If they made it this far,
they're not.
You made it through an hour of news.
Oh man!
All right, so now I guess we'll get into the review of
We're reviewing
this week's episode.
Parasite.
Yeah, we've finally watched it.
Yes, and it is so fucking good.
Yes.
It is probably one of my favorite movies I've ever watched.
All right, so we're talking about Parasite, written and directed by Bong Joon-ho with a budget of $11 million.
Okay, I was trying to find the budget of how much it was.
This movie grossed $254 million worldwide. You know, Tarantino actually had a big part to play in this movie having a domestic release.
Did he really? Good for him.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, you want to take it away?
Oh my gosh, do I ever? Yeah, this movie is so good. I loved it. We watched it just the other day, and we weren't too sure going into it because I didn't see any like the trailers for the movie or anything really about it, so I had no clue what it was about. I only knew that it was kind of like about this separation of wealth, the rich and the poor. And like we had heard like, oh well, it's like scary or it's funny or it's a drama. We like didn't really know anything about it, but no, it was so good on almost every level. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, like so I went into it. Well, we went into it cold too. I didn't see any trailers. I knew what it was about. I knew it had to deal with. I knew that it dealt with like social and economic class, but that was about it. But like yeah, like this movie's beautifully shot. It's well written.
Oh,
it's funny.
Yeah.
Like every shot feels like strategic and specifically placed.
No doubt.
Just like a Tarantino film or a Nolan film. Like it just everything. No shot feels wasted in this movie. And I also like a lot of this movie is told like through visuals, especially like the contrasting family. So this movie's about. It takes place in South Korea, and it's really about like greed and social and economic class. So this family that lives in poverty, the son of this family gets an opportunity to tutor a rich kid, like this rich family, and he slowly squeezes his other family members into this gig. And
they're like con artists.
Yeah, the rich family doesn't realize that they're being conned. And what I like about this is that like. The rich family is not like your stereotypical like 1% like dicks. They're not assholes just because like, oh, I'm rich and I'm snobby. Like I don't know, like and the poorer family, like the main family, they're not idiots. They're smart and they really learn how to take advantage of the situation that they've been dealt. I will say I definitely need to watch this movie again, because there's
so many.
There's a few twists and turns in this movie, and I like at one moment I really didn't know where the movie was going. I thought it was going one way, and it went in a completely different way.
Keeps you guessing. That's awesome.
And, and that goes back to what I was saying. Like it's written like beautifully. Yeah, which is why this movie took home 4 Academy Awards in one night. Yeah. First foreign film to win
Best Picture?
Best foreign film to win. First foreign film to win Best Picture. Jesus Christ, I can't speak. Bong Joon-ho took home Best Director. It also won Best Foreign Film, and it won Best Screenplay.
No doubt. Like no doubt. And like you always think like, did that movie really deserve it? Yes. In this case, yes, it really did deserve it. It's that good. Yeah. I genuinely can't think that if there's like a single thing I didn't like about it. I think I liked every single thing in it. And yeah, because usually I'm pretty nitpicky. I like to nitpick.
Yeah, and then like, have you seen any of Bong Joon-ho's other movies?
I have not. No.
Snowpiercer is great. We watched that the other day.
Oh, he directed Snowpiercer?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
That just got a series. And
it did.
Parasite's getting a series too on HBO, starring Mark Ruffalo.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna be a miniseries or what. I'm
I don't
assuming
know how
it's
I
a
feel
miniseries.
about that.
Yeah. So
Is it going to be set in Korea?
no, I'm quite sure it'll be an American version of this, like
Yeah.
people just conning people.
Huh. Okay.
But what else? Oh, I love like how they take something as simple as like a storm, and they show how literally the richer people, how they literally live above
Yeah.
the poorer people just geographically, and it shows like how
It's so
the rich
beautiful
family
just being
and
able
like
to watch the
they're
rain.
so they're so beautiful. They're laying out in the living room because their son wants to
Mhm.
camp out in the yard, and it's raining, and then they make it like a fairly nice evening out of it. And then our main family, they go home and their house is literally flooded, and it just those like I was saying, like how they use visuals to tell a lot of contrasting points between the two families. I really liked that. And I like how the daughter, she just says fucking and lights a cigarette, and she sits on the toilet, and she's just like, you know what, nothing I can do about it, I'll just enjoy the cigarette. But
It really makes you count yourself lucky.
yeah, it really, yeah,
For
and
sure.
it just, and I feel like you were saying, this movie deserved to win Best Picture. Like I feel like a Best Picture is supposed to, the story of a Best Picture is supposed to transcend time, and I think that the messages in this movie definitely do that. And like you were saying,
Right.
like it really makes you think and appreciate kind of what you have. Like, ironically, my in-laws, like we had a really bad storm here yesterday, or excuse me, what's today? Wednesday? We had a bad storm Monday night, and their basement flooded, and we had to go over there and help them deal with all that. And it was just, I don't know, it was ironic that happening, and then we watched Parasite today. Just like, damn. It was nowhere near as bad. Like, their whole house flooded in Parasite, but for them it was just their basement. But I don't know. It really makes you think, and I really enjoyed this movie. like it was.
I gotta watch Snowpiercer now.
It's very whimsical. Yeah, but Snowpiercer is a great movie too. It's pretty much the same kind of satire, like social inequality.
Yeah, it's
economic inequality. Do you know what Snowpiercer is about?
That like all of humanity is now stuck on this train or something.
Yeah, and like the 1%ers live in the front of the train because they bought their seats, and then the back of the train is the people who didn't have. Yeah. So, yeah, and it's just about
people on the Titanic,
people at the very back of the train trying to get to the front of the train.
Yeah,
and
it's cool.
Yeah, Chris Evans is great in that. Tilda Swinton's great in that. Somebody else in that movie. Jamie Bell. Yeah, it's pretty good. I didn't realize, because I saw that movie a long time ago, and I didn't realize that was a Bong Joon-ho movie. He has another movie that's on, I think it's on Hulu. It's called The Host. It's like this monster movie, and apparently it's really good. He has this other movie that was like shot with only like security cameras or something like that.
Really?
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
CCTV?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Bong Joon-ho. He's been around for so long.
I've never heard of him before.
I didn't know that I had heard of him until he won 4 Academy Awards in one night.
One night.
That dude, oh my God, you couldn't tell me shit when I went back home. Oh man. Like if I won 4 Academy Awards in one night, holy shit.
Your head would be so big.
Dude, what? I'd be floating somewhere. I'd be on cloud 9. But yeah, it's strangely whimsical. The tension is really well done. The way it's shot. I don't want to say too much before we get into like spoilers or whatever. But
I'll get into like my likes and stuff like that. I mean, like,
holy shit, I've been recording a video message this entire time on my phone.
Really?
Oops, I'll just delete that.
That's funny. Yeah. You were saying like the shots are really good. I think the way that they did like symmetry in this movie is fantastic. I mean, there are many times where, you know, you're seeing our main character, and again, like the main character isn't necessarily just one person, but the daughter, for instance, and even the daughter, I think it's in this case the daughter of the rich family, when she's like going around the corner to spy on something, to spy on either it's the parents talking or something like that, but like her face is divided perfectly in half by the wall, and then that entire shot, half of her face is on one half of the screen and half of the walls on the other half of the screen. The symmetry in that movie is amazing. Whether it's you're dealing with like the levels of the house and they're going up and down the stairs is really cool. I saw, someplace say like you can see partially in the movie where like the rich mother is on one side of the screen, and then there's something in the middle, like a pillar or something, that divides her and like one of the first house, the first caretaker. So like she's on one half of the screen and the rich person is on the other half of the screen. So it's like you're really a legitimate separation of wealth on screen.
See, that's what I mean by like, I feel like I have to watch it a second time because a lot of it's told through visuals. And I don't know when I'll go back and rewatch this, but I definitely will.
Yeah.
And
it's such a good movie.
Do you want to rate this movie? I mean, it's good. I mean,
I gave it a 10 out of 10.
I mean, it won Best Picture. What more do?
Yeah.
What more do you want us to say? Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. It was definitely. I kind of regret not seeing it in theaters.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I think it's pretty good. I'm not gonna rate this movie because
you don't want to.
I don't wanna.
Okay. He gives it a 9 out of 10.
Let's get into spoilers.
Spoilers.
You have been warned. I'll say this right off the bat. That dude living in the basement, I had, like, when she moved, like, the house is beautiful. But when she moved that cabinet in the basement and there was a door there, I don't know why.
I had no which way
I didn't know what the hell was going on. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm thinking, like,
are they going to kill them?
Like, I'm thinking, like, do they have somebody just chained up down here?
Yeah.
Are they torturing people? Like, what in the world's going on? And she's calling for her husband. And I'm like, I don't know. I thought one thing and it was just a completely different thing. And like, so you got that. And then once the wife dies, after when she gets kicked down the stairs and she hits her head, I was like, Jesus Christ.
She's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as she binked her head on the wall, I was like, yeah, it's a wrap for her. But, yeah, the husband, when he just goes on that rampage, and I thought the son, the poor son, thought he was dead for sure when he hit him in the head with that rock twice.
Oh, me too.
You see how much blood was coming out of his head? But I mean, your head does bleed a lot though. But
his hand was twitching, everything.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ, that kind of sucks. I liked him.
Yeah,
but
like, should you like these people? They're conning. I mean, it's like, it's not necessarily a Robin Hood scenario where they're robbing from the rich and giving to the poor. They're giving to themselves. While yes, they are the poor.
But here's my thing: are they really robbing these people? I mean, they're getting paid.
They're conning them.
I mean, they're conning them. They're not who they say they are, but they're doing what they're getting paid to do.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I mean, he was tutoring her in English.
For sure.
The mom was
taking care of the house.
The dad was the driver. Mm-hmm. The sister was...
yeah, but why lie? Like, why not just say, yeah, this is my mom. Like, she's a great caretaker. This is my dad. You know, he's a good driver. Do you
think they would have been hired, though? I mean, they don't really have... They didn't have any real resumes or credentials or recommendations.
Well, fake the one. You know, they could fake the others.
They did.
They did, yeah. But then why not just take it one step further? I don't
necessarily think they're bad guys. They're not doing the right thing for sure. But I'm not 100% set on calling them bad guys.
I wouldn't either, probably, but yeah.
I can understand it. I mean, poverty is a fucking terrible thing. You can't save your way out of poverty. You just simply have to make more money.
Yeah.
Like it's, well, at least here in the US. Yeah. I mean, but like you can't, if you're living in poverty and you're making the same job and you put $25 away a week or every 2 weeks, you're never going to get out of that hole. Like you have to make more money. It's just the way it works.
Yep.
So I really liked that. And I really liked how they kind of like shined a light on the underbelly of society, which is, I mean, poverty. I mean, like look at now, like there's so many people that have been like laid off because of what's going on in the world or like been fired, and it's amazing
US,
to me.
At least it's the highest unemployment.
It's amazing to me how, like, when Congress voted on like the stimulus bill and getting all this money moved to unemployment for people to draw, that whole process took like what 2.5 weeks, and we liquidated like $2.5 billion in that amount of time, almost instantaneously for the amount of money
trillion.
that is. Trillion. A lot of money moved very quickly out of nowhere, and yet the homeless population in this country is insane. Like when we went to California last year, it was almost like it was mind blowing. Like you have people that spend $3,000 a month to stay in a high rise apartment on Hollywood Boulevard,
driving McLarens around,
and there's a homeless guy sleeping in a tent by your front door,
but they don't care.
Lobby. It's insane.
Yeah. Like
when we went to the ArcLight Cinema Dome in Hollywood to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, there was a guy just sleeping in the bushes outside the movie theater. And I'm like, this is fucking wild, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But in as much money as that city, Hollywood,
it's just disgusting.
People don't give a shit. Yeah, it's kind of like Joker, that exposition dump that he does at the end. It's a great speech. Yeah, but he pretty much when he just tells you what the movie's about, and like I mean, he had some good points in it. That's another reason why I think movies like this, like Parasite or Joker, are so divisive, because they kind of make you empathize with the people who are struggling and who aren't necessarily always doing the right thing. And they're kind of a product of the system. And I really enjoyed that about this movie.
# deep chance.
Thank you. That's why I'm here. But I just watched this movie probably 2 hours ago.
Right.
3 hours ago. So it's still fresh in my mind.
Let's talk about that opening scene.
Do I remember the opening scene?
That's where they're trying to run around and get a signal.
Oh yeah. When they run out, when they don't have the Wi-Fi and stuff.
Yeah, I like that. I love that scene. I mean, it's just such I love it when different cultures can kind of connect to everyone. It's like we've all had that, situation where we're like, fuck, I can't get a signal, and we're just running around the house trying to be, oh, it's best in here, stuff like that. That's a great little touch of comedy in what I guess would consider it to be a drama.
Yeah, I think this is like a comedy drama.
That was one of the things that I had down in my notes. It was like it starts off as a comedy for sure and slowly develops into something different each time. And I've never seen, at least in my opinion, I've never seen a movie do that quite so well, to where you might go in to see a comedy and expect to get a comedy through and through. But if you are going in expecting to see a comedy and it turns out to be a comedy for 10 minutes and the rest is a drama, you might be disappointed. But in this case, I wasn't whatsoever. I could have watched another movie just like this, where it started off as a drama and ended as a comedy. It's great.
Yeah, it starts off as a comedy-ish, like you were saying. It's got that whimsical feel, and then it quickly turns into a drama, and then it turns into suspense, like when the family's gone and they're coming back home and they're dealing with the old housekeeper, and then it turns into a slasher film at the end when the husband grabs and that shit was wild, man.
Why?
When he just walked up on her and he stabbed her in the the daughter in the chest. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And he tried to kill the mom. The mom was whooping his ass, and she took that shish kebab shit and stabs him with it.
It's great.
And the whole cast in the movie is great. Don't get me wrong.
Such a good cast.
But Kang Ho Sung, the guy that plays the poor dad, he steals the show to me.
Yeah, he's so good.
He is great. And I feel like, I'm not going to say, I don't know if I should go as far as to say that he was snubbed for anything, as far as awards. But, I mean, maybe he didn't get as much recognition individually as he deserved. Yeah. They won Best Ensemble at the SAG Awards.
That's great.
Which is their Best Picture. But the entire cast is great, but he stole the show to me. And I don't know if I didn't write down too many notes.
Yeah, I just I wanted to ask you, what do you think about the moment when the dad goes to stab Mr. Park? Why do you think he did that? So, I don't know. I think everything kind of boiled to a head because, he knows how they talk shit about him. And,
even though they didn't know that they were poor,
right?
they're like, oh, he smells like,
They
what do
still
you
saw
say? He
he was
smells like old
lesser than-
radishes or something
Yeah.
like that. And I don't know. I mean, like, he heard them talk shit, and then they lost everything, like their entire home, all their clothes. This dude's putting on the clothes the clothes that he wore that day were taken out of a pile in that gymnasium that they were sleeping in. So I mean, like, think about that. Like, he lost everything, couldn't even really shower, and now all this shit goes down, and the dad rolls that guy's body over to get the keys, and he's still worried about how the guy smells.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fact that he covered his nose, and it just set him off. And
he's just like, this fucking guy. Like, what a piece of work.
Like the con artists, like the Con family, they slowly begin to like hate on the richer family. I mean, they talk shit, and that's what I kind of loved about them. Like, no matter how much they were struggling, they were always like a family. They were always like on the same page, and I really liked that.
It felt like a real family.
Yeah,
like
I really liked that.
Yeah, that dynamic was great.
But I think that's what did it for him. It just kind of set him off, and I mean, plus his daughter was
dying on the ground.
It made me so sad when she died.
Yeah.
But
and they go back to see the urn, and oh man, that's terrible.
But what he stabbed her in the heart?
Pretty much, yeah.
That dude was a loose can. He killed what? Oh, it was just her that he killed.
Well, he killed his wife. But he was like certifiably insane.
Yeah, that motherfucker lived underground
and worshipped him like a god. So doesn't make it right, but I mean, I definitely want to watch this movie again, though. Yeah, and was the ending real? Like, was it real? Did he actually go back and buy that house?
No, I don't think so.
I think that was him, like, hoping and dreaming that he would, and that's his end goal.
Because during that whole thing, I was just thinking, like, where the fuck did he get... How all of a sudden did he just become successful? How did he get this money?
I think it would have been like, that's 20 years in the future.
Plus, and like how long has his dad been in that basement? Yeah. And once it cut back to him just sitting there and he was writing that, it really made me... I don't know, that kind of hit me. Because I was just thinking, like, where is his dad then?
Yeah.
Like, is his dad really in that house? Because, I mean, like, he went there and...
I think he was really there in the house. I mean, he saw the lights flashing and he had to know, like, boom, 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 boom. Like, that's Morse code. And he was able to transcribe the letter that his dad wrote to him, which is just seems impossible. But I guess time and determination, you could probably do it. I mean, that fuck if I know, but... It's crazy.
Yeah, what do you know, Logan?
Yeah, what do I know? I love the scene where it is raining and it starts pouring down and the family is getting out of the house and they're running from the rich person's house all the way to their house in the basement. I don't know if you noticed, but as they're running, they slowly keep moving downwards and downwards and downwards. Yeah, it's a great little moment. You can see how just even anything from like the rain trickles down. Like on the top level, perfectly fine. Yeah, just goes into the gutters.
Whereas the lower you go, it's literally just pouring.
And then it's just flooding. Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. You seriously got to count yourself so lucky that like you're not living through that shit. Like that's insane. That's fucking nuts.
Good thing we live on a second floor apartment. Am I right?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
I love the water transition as like, the opening shot in the scene where we're looking out that window. I love the scene, as it starts to flood. We get that same opening shot again from the inside of the house, and then the water fills up the window and it fills up the screen, and then it transitions to another scene where they're
when they're floating across the water.
Yeah,
what was that, like somebody's door? I couldn't tell what that was that they were floating. It was just a
I think it was a door, and obviously there was room for two. So
terrible.
Jack, fuck you. Wait, no, Rose, fuck you. Oh gosh. Anyways, yeah, really love the shots. I love the fact that like you can watch this movie and probably notice something different every time. I really like the way that they kind of did like a little, like you saw the son of the poor family for like the first 20-30 minutes, and then we got the daughter side of things for the next 15-20 minutes, and then we got the father and the mother. They all got their own little story. It's a great way to do, but you know, they still peppered in, like, you still saw the son when the daughter was having her time and stuff. It was really cool. I love the way they did that. I thought it was great. You know, give them their own individuality in a movie where there's like 4 leads. Yeah. Did you ever notice that he goes where he's like trying, I don't know if the son of the poor family is trying to be like come across like well educated or something. He's like, it's so metaphorical.
Yeah. When I'm talking about the paintings, yeah, I loved that.
He says it 3 times. Comedy comes in threes, baby. It's great.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, guys. Logan, I really enjoyed this movie. I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else. Unless you...
No, I literally had nothing that I didn't like about this movie.
Yeah.
I don't think...
You think Bong Joon-ho is going to become like a big time Hollywood filmmaker now?
I sure hope so. I think he definitely deserves it. I think more than anything, it proves that he can make a successful film and make hundreds of millions of dollars from it. He made it for $11 million. Again, we talked about this, but that's fucking chump change.
You should take a page out of Waititi's book. So Taika Waititi, he says this thing where you do one for you and one for them. So he does like an indie passion project, and then
for sure
do,
he
like,
should
Thor Ragnarok, and then he'll go back to a indie project, and he'll go to like Star Wars, and I like that formula.
Yeah, me too.
He stuck to it. Now he's an Academy Award winner too.
That's right.
Dude, I saw that. So that Taika Waititi and Bong Joon-ho won. So Bong Joon-ho won the 4 that I mentioned. One of those being best original screenplay, and Taika Waititi won best adapted screenplay. And there's this picture of them heading, like leaving LA, like leaving the airport after the Academy Awards, and they're both just walking. They got their like quarantine masks, but they're not like wearing them. They're like wrapped around their throats, and they're both walking with their tuxedos, and they just have like this diva walk, and I'm like, oh my god, this is perfect. Could you imagine just going home? Dude's got 4 Academy Awards. Taika Waititi's got 1.
I can only hope.
That's a great night.
Yeah, I can only hope. Someday, man.
Yeah, I loved his speech. He's like, yeah, I'm going to drink until morning.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh my god. I couldn't imagine that. I would run out of things to say. I'd just be like, thank you, and leave. But
deuces.
Yeah, literally. Can I melt these down and get some money? But yeah, that was Parasite. You guys should check it out.
Seriously, if you haven't already.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah. Yeah, Parasite is on Hulu.
Yeah.
You watch it. It's amazing.
So that's it for the review section. Let's get into the watch list section. We should get some intro music for this part. Is there intro music for this part?
Yeah, hang on, let me bum 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 bum.
Anyway, so yeah, like during this segment, the watch list segment, everybody's got a watch list. Just something that you wanted to watch that you never really got around to, whether it be like movies or TV shows. And recently people have had a lot of spare time on their hands. And
really?
I just thought it'd be cool if we shared what we've watched recently. I don't know. My wife was saying this segment was a little confusing. She was under the impression that I was recommending movies, that we're recommending movies at the end.
Oh.
Not necessarily recommendations. It's just what we've watched, like what's new that we've watched recently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely. So for me, we watched Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Oh yeah,
would not recommend this movie. I mean, if you're a Godzilla fan, if you like kaiju movies and shit like that, like all the monster stuff, great. Everything else, kind of piss poor. Like the plot, I'm just like, I don't know. The plot was a little weird and convoluted and kind of campy. The characters were a little cartoony. Some of their motivations were like really like weird and unrealistic, but like I said, I mean, it's 2 hours though, so I mean, take that with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
All the monster action is great, but there's other shit that you have to sit through. And I don't know, excuse me, we started it. Did you hear that burp into the microphone?
I don't know.
Oh well.
Maybe.
Anyway, we started it and we got like an hour in, and my wife had to go to bed for work. And I'm like, there was like an hour and like 16 minutes left. I'm like,
It's
we
at that
have to finish this.
stage,
Yeah, like I was so far into it. I'm like, I'm so curious to how this movie ends. And I have to like at least finish it. And I just think it's funny because this movie tanked. And when this movie got a theatrical release last year, Warner Bros. Were already filming Godzilla versus King Kong. So
That's what you said, yeah.
this movie flopped, and then they had just wrapped shooting for Godzilla versus Kong, and then they postponed the movie, which doesn't surprise me. But I would shit myself if I was like an exec at that studio. Like, damn, like we made this $250 million movie and it flopped, and now we got like the next movie in the chain, which is like a $300 million movie. Will it do good? Probably not.
Probably not. Based on its track record.
Unless they do unless the story is really good.
Oh, I can almost guarantee it will be.
I saw some toy leaks though, and
sarcasm.
Like, you know how it works. Like, you got two anti-heroes or like two heroes, and at first they don't get along. You know, they
then
fight.
They become best friends.
Yeah, and then they become best friends. So I assume that there's going to be some other monster that they have to team up and fight at the end. And then I saw like some leaked toys of Mecha Godzilla, so like a giant robot Godzilla.
That's
Who the fuck built
stupid.
that? Don't know. So I'm assuming
Isn't this Godzilla like 7,000 feet tall?
Godzilla's huge.
Yeah.
So
oh my god!
Yeah.
It took them forever to build the pyramids, and you think they're
so I'm assuming they're gonna have to team up and fight this robot Godzilla.
So stupid.
Yeah,
so stupid.
My wife, she was a big fan of like the old Godzilla movies,
like the old,
like their old originals,
like from the 40s.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So she loves Godzilla, but
that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she loves all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah, she's weird.
I mean, look at me.
Yeah, what do I know? Weird too.
Anyway,
yeah, what do you know?
What'd you watch recently? Oh, sorry, to cut you off.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm not done talking.
We get to start talking.
I mentioned this earlier, but we started The Boys.
Yeah.
Almost done. What just happened? The Deep cut all his hair off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
That whole show, man. Homelander. Have you ever seen Without a Paddle?
No.
Wow. Then never mind.
I haven't seen anything, dude. I mean, I've seen a lot, but I haven't seen anything apparently.
So what the fuck are we doing here, Logan?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Nothing.
I keep hitting my face on this mic.
Yeah, stop it. Nah, you're cool.
So yeah, what have you watched recently?
We just finished Solar Opposites, which is like the Rick and Morty creator.
Oh yeah. I saw that on Hulu.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's really fun. Larissa thinks it's crazier than Rick and Morty. I don't know. I think Rick and Morty is pretty fucking weird.
I still haven't seen. How many seasons of Rick and Morty? 4?
4, I think.
I haven't seen the newest season. Like
it's good. It's good. I think what I'm most excited to watch, or what I'm looking forward to watch. Ooh, I don't really have time to watch anything. Gosh, I don't know. Probably, it would probably have to be Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stoked for that.
It's amazing how that's like getting such a big resurgence.
I mean, it's so good. It's so good.
My this was probably like 2 years ago, but my wife had never seen it. Like she never sat down and actually watched it all the way through, and I made her watch it. And, she's like, "This show's great."
Yeah, I mean, it's really good.
So,
yeah,
I remember when I was a kid when the Sandbenders, when they took Appa, I actually stopped watching the show for a little bit because it genuinely upset me. I was pretty sad. Like I've always had dogs and like pets growing up, and I couldn't imagine somebody just swooping my pet. And
well, I have news for you. I stole Obi.
I'll kill you. Oh, speaking of Obi, Obi's a beagle, my dog, and they have a beagle in Parasite, one of the dogs.
No way. Oh, yeah, they do.
Every time he was on screen, my wife's like, "Look, it's another bub," because we call our dog Bubba because he's our little man. Anyway,
it's like your baby.
Yeah, fuck him. But he's a bastard. But no, she's like, "Look," and we tried to get him to watch the TV, but he wouldn't.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know, right? I told you he was a bastard. Anyway, so I think that's the show, guys. We've rambled for quite a bit. I always get a headache after
far too long. Oh my gosh, Chance, you should see something about that.
Because we're talking for just so long.
He has a long time.
I'm talking for forever.
Yeah. Oh, are you saying I don't say anything?
Well, I mean, I do the news, so.
Well, yeah, I would. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Shit.
Oh my God, I almost dropped something.
The lamp moved. It scared me.
Scared
me. Anyway, that's the show, guys.
Make sure to check us out on social media.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, we're everywhere.
Dropping new episodes every Saturday.
Yeah, every Saturday at 10 a.m. Episodes go live on YouTube, everything. Yeah, we do really have some exciting, fun stuff coming up. So be sure
We're
to
going to
keep
try
your
to
eyes
do
out.
some TV show reactions.
Yeah.
Just stuff that we find interesting. So hopefully you guys find it interesting. And if you don't, why don't you tell us what you find interesting, and then maybe we can do that.
Yes. You can tell us in the comment section of our YouTube channel, or you can send an email to us at reviewsfromtheclubhouse@gmail.com.
Send a raven.
Or a raven.
It's probably the best way to reach us.
Oh, no doubt. No diggity doubt.
I got all these seeds, man. I got to feed these birds. So, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. That's the show, guys. Thank you very much. Follow us on social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Everywhere. We're like the coronavirus. We're everywhere.
That's not funny, Logan.
Oh, you're
People
right.
are dying.
You're
no,
right.
I'm kidding. But no, seriously.
No, it's not funny.
Yeah, check us out.
It's hilarious.
I think that's the show, guys. Well, thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.